Hi guys, people have been asking me how I tied the scarf that I learned how to tie when I was in Israel, and then people noticed that I did it again last night for a wedding using my mystic mirror. So I'm going to try to recreate it for you guys. Not sure how this is going to go, but also a lot of people have asked me in the past, how do I get my hair to show? So what I usually do is I put my shaper on and I leave the shortest part of my hair, which is my little side bangs. But if you don't have bangs and your hair is all the same length, you can just pull out whatever's in the front of your hair before you put on your shaper, and then just take the hair, kind of just shove it up behind your ear right there, and then readjust it because obviously it's a mess right now. And there, exactly. So I'm going to show you what I did. This can be done with any long scarf. Probably stretchy. I've done it with some that are less stretchy, but it was a little more difficult. The t-shirt tackles are a little too short, but I think the extra long ones would work really well. Definitely don't try it with a scarf that has fringes, because then the fringes are going to be all over your face and you won't have a flower. So here goes. Let's see how this goes. All right, on your head. I'm not folding it or anything because it's more of a turban look. I made my ends even. They don't have to be. If it's a little off center, it's going to work because the flower is going to be about here-ish. Let's see how this goes. So pull it all the way to the front of your head and grip it firmly. Show this one who's boss, or else it's not going to cooperate. So the way that I've been doing it is I've been grabbing the front end and holding it tightly, and then gathering the rest in my hands tightly, you can see, and making sure I have both sides firmly, pulling it up and in front of my head in a turban. Readjust the sides so they're not falling off, and then crisscross it right in front or to the side if that's what works better for you. Sometimes mine crisscross ends up a little bit on the side without me trying. Crisscross it and then bring both ends around the back. The nice thing about this scarf is you can get a little bit of texture with the black underside. So it's okay if some of the black is showing, because then it gives it a little bit of dimension to it. Tuck any flyaway sides that don't want to go. One side, grab the other side, do the same thing. And then I'm going to turn around, but I'm just going to crisscross them in the back, not tying anything. You can see that. Just crisscross, crisscrossed, brought it back to the front. This is how it's looking so far. It's a little messy on the top, but you can readjust it, pull it down, tuck anything you need to. There's the back right now. Then you take both sides and pretty much do the same thing that you did before. Bring them up over your head. You're going to want them to meet just off center, depending on where you want your flower to be. So take the longer end and put it on in the back. So probably about to do this backwards. Yes, I am. Other direction. Yeah. If the longer side's in the front, then you're going to have more that you have to tuck near your face. It's going to look a little sillier, and it's just more to work with in the back. You have a little more volume to play with. Tied knot. That's the first knot I have tied so far. It's the only knot I'm tying. It's a little higher than I wanted it to be. So readjust your knot. If you want the flower closer to the front of your head, if you want it close to the back of your head. I like mine towards the middle. You can see the black is showing a lot, but that's okay. So what you do is you take the back. I'm going to try to put my head down so you can see it. Hopefully you can hear me. But what you do is you fan out the edges of the scarf and tuck the corners back into what you've already done. So I don't know if you can see that. Tuck that over there, and then the other side. Do the same thing. Just tuck the corners in. That's the top. Not as flowery as last night, but same idea. And then you do the same thing with the front. Grab the edges. I scrunch mine up a little bit in the front, so it's, instead of hanging about here, which is what it would do, which does look cute. I just want it off my face a little bit, so I pull the edges and then I tuck this side up here and then do the same thing over here. Maybe if I can figure out where the end is. And tuck. And voila, that's it. And you can fan them out any way you want, more or less. With other scarves that are a little less textured, if the flower isn't holding where you want it to, you can take a straight pin. Probably even put a brooch in, a nice pretty sparkly pin, but this scarf's shiny enough on its own, it doesn't really need anything added to it. So yeah, you can tuck them a little further. It's all up to you how you want your flower to lie. And there you go. That's it. Have fun, everyone.